Welcome to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with intuitive lightworker, national speaker, metaphysical teacher, and best-selling author Lisa Kessler. What is it you want to manifest? Are you looking to increase your income, change careers? Maybe you want to manifest a new home or a new car. Are you ready to bring love into your life? You have come to the right place.
Hello, everyone. I'm so glad you're here today. I want to talk to you about some lessons that my clients have actually taught me about manifesting. And over the years, I've been so lucky to work with amazing women. But in doing so, I have learned so much about this winding road of manifesting that really has changed the way I look at it. So while they come to me maybe for guidance or clarity or support, the real truth is they've taught me just as much, if not more, about manifesting. So I wanted to share some of the probably most powerful lessons that my clients have taught me. And I hope that it will give you some encouragement if you're listening and feeling like my path is the long and winding road. I think that's how it's supposed to be. And I hope that today's podcast will give you some encouragement in that direction, because I think probably manifesting is rarely linear from everything that I've witnessed. It's one of the biggest myths ever. And for me, it was embedded from my grandfather, who was an entrepreneur his whole life. And he was all about goals and action steps. And so the first part of my life, I was heavily involved in sales in our family business. And it was, we were all about our goals and then our action steps to get there. And it felt very linear. It felt like if you do A, B, C, you will get this goal. Very much like a recipe, right? But when you're co-creating, when you're manifesting with the universe, you set the intention, you take an aligned action, but the result is not up to us. That's just not how it usually unfolds. And my clients have shown me that often manifesting looks like you take a step forward and then you pause, or you pivot, or you circle back with deeper clarity about what you actually want. Progress is still happening every single day, I promise you, even when it doesn't look nice. Life is messy, but nothing is ever wasted. Nothing is off your path. Usually what you discover when you look back, when you reflect back, is, oh, that's why I did that little side route, right? We always learn. We learn and grow, which is the whole purpose of why we incarnated here, right? So the next thing I would like to talk about is that clarity often comes after we take action. And so many people feel like you need 100% clarity before you do anything. But what I have witnessed again and again is that clarity is actually revealed through your movement. You take a couple tiny aligned action steps, and then, wow, here comes some clarity, and you realize, okay, now I know where I'm going, right? So I've watched clients take these small, intuitive little steps, not because they're certain, but because they're curious. And when you're curious, that step opens the next door on your manifesting path. It doesn't require certainty. What it requires is willingness. It requires trust that this opportunity got put in your path for a reason. We don't have to know when divine timing is unfolding or how it will unfold. We have to trust that what is happening is for our highest good, which leads me to that oftentimes your dream changes, and that is not a failure. This is another lesson that I have learned from watching so many of my clients. It's a really big one. A lot of times people come to me with a very specific idea of what they're trying to manifest. I would like to manifest a car. I would like to manifest a house or a new relationship. But sometimes the universe delivers something even better, but a little different than what they had thought that they wanted. And it's not that they were wrong. Oftentimes people have outgrown the careers that they once prayed for, right? Sometimes they release relationships that they thought were the goal, which is totally fine. Sometimes their dreams shift once they feel safe and supported. This happens often when people are manifesting abundance or money. And what happens is once they feel like they're in a safer spot and they're more supported by the universe, they're less in that panic mode, they realize that this isn't even the dream that they wanted. And they're brave enough to shift at that point. So it's not that that original dream was wrong. It was what they needed right then. Does that make sense? So your soul kind of keeps refining the vision as we evolve. The manifestation wasn't wrong. It was just incomplete. The universe wants even more for us, right? Which leads me to that healing isn't a detour from your path. It's often a huge step in your manifesting. There is this belief out there that if you slow down, if you take a peaceful year, I know I talked about that last time, but if you slow down, that the world is going to pass you by, that your manifesting is going to stall. But my clients have shown me the opposite over the years. When someone pauses to heal, usually what happens is they get stronger boundaries, their intuition gets sharper, and their standards rise. We accept less of poor behavior because we have better boundaries. And this isn't just with other people, it's with ourselves. And suddenly what they manifest matches who they have become, not who they were trying to survive as. Does that make sense? Healing doesn't delay your dream. It recalibrates it to be more authentic to you. So I hope that that gives you some clarity on the healing. I have also witnessed my clients who have gone through these slower, I hate to say slower, but these moments of pause where they're healing. Usually what I have discovered is that the universe is busy behind the scenes lining up all of these opportunities so that by the time you feel strong enough to take that big step forward, the universe has already lined up all of these opportunities. And all of a sudden it's like bang, 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 bang. I had one client at the end of last year who had thought that they were going to have to stay in a job for another year before they could retire. And then what happened miraculously was one of my readings at our monthly meeting, it was one-on-one, was that they should not be married to their timeline, that the universe has been creating lots of magic and it's been brewing for a while, and to allow everything to unfold. And neither one of us were sure what that meant, but it did make her start to think about her timeline, which made her go meet with the HR people about retirement. And you guys, once she made that meeting, it was like the universe had all of these things lined up for her. And within a 30-day period, she had gotten out of her lease, moved out of state, and had a new job that paid $50,000 more a year, that led to her being able to work remote from home in a different state. Wild changes, huge changes that are going to take her a while to integrate into this is my life now. But none of those things could have happened instantly if the universe hadn't been working on it on her behalf without her even realizing that was happening, while she was busy healing, while she was busy getting new boundaries at work, trying to figure out, how she's going to exit, all that kind of thing. And then once she was ready, once she took that step to go meet with them, boom, everything unfolded. It was miraculous to watch. I'm still just boggled every time I think about all of the things that had to happen. But all of that magic happens behind the scenes when we allow. And she had been in this quiet place, healing, trying to, get her legs around what she wanted to have happen. And when she was ready, so was the universe. So never feel like if you need to take a pause or slow down or work on healing, never feel like that is derailing your manifesting. In fact, you're probably just giving the universe important time to make your miracles. So don't worry about it. All right. Next one is that I'll use this same example. Support changes everything. It really does. And this is probably the most consistent lesson that I've seen through working with women who are manifesting and changing their lives, is that the manifesting becomes easier when you have support. You feel seen, you feel safe, you feel supported, and you also get a reflection back, because I think that part is really important, because what I have learned is I take copious notes during my one-on-one meetings and during my mastermind groups. Copious notes. I note how people are feeling. I know, what they're chasing or going after, their successes, their growth, I just take a lot of notes, because what I have learned over the years is that when we are living our manifesting path, we don't notice all the wins along the way. And it's so important, because sometimes we feel like nothing's happening because we're currently living it. But I go back through my notes, and every 6 months, I'm like, look at all these amazing things you've done. And every client sits there going, wow, I forgot all about, wow. And that, seeing that reflection, having it held up to you is so powerful. Again, because everything is just a vibration. It's just energy. And we can get caught up in that we're not good enough, that we're not doing enough, that we're whatever it is that your ego is telling you. But the reality is, when someone holds up a mirror and tells you all these amazing things you're doing, you realize, oh my gosh, I'm growing. And that raises your vibration. It raises your confidence. It raises your self-worth. And it's so important. So anyway, whether you work with me or someone else, or even if you get your own manifesting group of friends together, it's so important that you don't have to hold the space alone. Your energy needs to flow, and that happens by having more than one energetic body with you going on this journey. So anyway, over the years, that led me to come up with 3 different ways to work with clients, because in my experience, no one is the same. So I made the manifesting online community. It has been it's just such a beautiful community of women, and we get together. We have Zooms twice a week that are live. You don't have to come to everyone, and sometimes no one comes and I just record it. But it's knowing that if you are having a down day, you can go, what's happening in the community? Something's probably happening. We have master classes once a month, Tarot Tuesdays, Thursday chats, and new moon and full moon readings. Anyway, it's just a great place, like a security blanket to hold you up on days when you're struggling. And then I started metaphysical manifesting with one-on-one support. That was my whole goal, because as a tarot reader, I've been doing year ahead readings for years, and I would see clients who come, and I still do, who just come once a year and get their year ahead reading, and we catch up about what happened over the year. But what I would hear over and over is, Guy, I wish I had read my mantra more, or everything worked out exactly like the cards. I wish I had followed it more or looked at it more often. And so the year ahead reading is kind of the cornerstone of one-on-one coaching, because we actually do once a month look at the energy for that month and figure out, what are the goals that would, reflect that energy. And I watch women manifest so much more than what we thought was possible at the beginning of the year. It's amazing. So having that personalized guidance and having the intuitive mentoring where I do give them channeled readings every month. And like that client I talked about earlier, we had that one reading where it changed everything. You just never know. And then I made the Metaphysical Manifesting Magic mastermind group. And the masterminds are weekly Zooms where our mastermind circle shows up and we send energy to each one of us for everything that we are working on, for our big dreams. And I have never seen things manifest so fast as doing it in a group like that. It's just so powerful. And none of these paths are better than the others. They're just different ways of supporting yourself, because sometimes, the big change is just allowing yourself to be supported. So often we feel like islands, like we have to do everything alone. And I promise you don't. And being able to be with someone else and seeing how they're getting through when life threw them a curve, how they're getting through it can inspire you, and you might see something in a whole new light. It's just an amazing way to go through life where you're not alone, because we never are. You have your spirit guides, your angels, but so often we feel alone, and it doesn't have to be that way. So anyway, I hope that helps. And then my final point here, I promise, is that peace is a powerful thing to manifest. And I sort of talked about that last week in depth, but mostly what I want to talk about is what I've witnessed from clients. And it isn't flashy. These are quiet moments. It's clients choosing peace over proving their worth, right? It's resting over rushing. It's getting out of that hustle mindset. And alignment is so much more important. And when you get to that grounded place of peace where you know that everything is unfolding for my highest good, you can watch everything else in your life fall into place. Peace is not an absence of desire or an absence of conflict. It's an absence of resistance. Peace is that moment where you say, universe, I know it's unfolding for my highest good. I'm going to take this leap of faith today. I'm going to say yes to this opportunity that walked in my door, and have peace about it instead of being so nervous that you're going to throw up, right? So having this peace is a beautiful thing when you really start getting further in your manifesting journey. It is a process, and I still struggle with it. Everyone does. We're human, and things come at us that we weren't expecting, or you get triggered about something, and it's always 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And my friends, that is still progress. Our job here isn't to be perfect. Our job is to thrive. And you can thrive even when there's chaos, because deep down, you know that everything is unfolding for my highest good. I don't have to know how, but I know that it is. So anyway, if there's one thing that my clients have taught me, it is that manifesting is not about doing it perfectly. It's about listening honestly. It's about adjusting when things go sideways. And it's about trusting yourself more than the timeline, right? Back to my client where everything changed in 30 days. She could have held on to that year timeline. She could have. We have free will. But when she decided to trust what her gut was saying, once that reading came and planted that seed, she trusted her gut and went and asked. And when she opened up that meeting, all of a sudden her timeline, poof, and everything, all these miracles happened all in a 30-day period. And it all began because she trusted herself more than the timeline she set. So if you are on your own manifesting journey right now, I hope that this episode really reminds you that you are not behind. You are not. You are growing. You are becoming your best self. And that is not on a timeline. So thank you guys so much for being here, for listening, for manifesting your best life. And speaking of our Manifest Your Best Life retreat for 2026, we just announced the dates. It will be in Savannah, Georgia. And the wait list is open now. Registration opens February 1st. So check the show notes. I would love to see you in Savannah, and we will have all the details will be revealed February 1st, but get on the wait list now. And I am sending you guys the best vibes for 2026. It's going to be a great year, but don't worry about it being on your timeline. Remember that everything is unfolding for your highest good.
Thanks for listening to the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast with Lisa Kessler. If you have questions or comments, or if you'd like to work with Lisa to manifest your dreams, you can connect with her through her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net. That's also where you can claim your free weekly tarot reading and manifesting tips. Make sure you subscribe or follow the Metaphysical Manifesting Podcast on your favorite podcasting site so you never miss another episode. As Lisa likes to say, we can make magic when we bring the universe into the equation. Remember, you don't have to do it alone. If you'd like more information about Lisa, Metaphysical Manifestation Mentorship, or the Manifesting Magic Mastermind, visit her website at metaphysicalmanifesting.net.